Hooty hoo, 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 hooty hoo. Hold on, I'm coming around. I'm coming around. Can y'all see me? What's going on? It's a beautiful, beautiful Friday, and we're here at the bakery in Bamboo Plaza. This is our first time doing this. This is a recipe. It took me 6 weeks to come up with this recipe. And so y'all know what this is part two. Go back to part one for all the good stuff that goes along. We're not gonna do all that. This is just a recipe today. So y'all know we hit the edibles rack. We translate horoscopes and all that. We exchange information because since it got me through, I want to share it with you. And if it got you by, maybe I can give it a try. Now this is called the bakery because I do have recipes for life. I have recipes for life. And so it took me about the first one didn't take very long. You can go back to the first video to hear about all about the recipe for romance and how I came up with that and what the ingredients are. And then this is a recipe D.O.N.E, the recipe for dodging the onset of negative emotions, presented to you by the bakery, brought to you courtesy of Bamboo Plaza. Okay, so what we're doing here today is this is part two of that recipe. We went on to part one yesterday. You go ahead and go back to part one for that. I'm not gonna start all the way over because we covered it. We cooked it up like real good yesterday. And so today I'm not gonna get all the way back into that again. But we can briefly recap. So sit back, relax. You know, you usually come here for your urban horoscope experience, but this is the bakery because we have recipes. Now, I also offer customized recipes. When you call me now for your free reading, call me now, but it's not free. It's $40. It starts at $40, and we take donations all the way up. What you're gonna get that's gonna be a 15-minute Zoom or Microsoft Teams or FaceTime or Instagram, however you want to do this face to face. Or we can do just an audio call, but that'll be over in Bio Bamboo, the lab. That's where we come up with our newest recipes. So we just introduced we just decided that we would have a separate space, a specific separate space, and laid out the details for that a few days ago. So the name that we came up with is Bio Bamboo, and that's the lab where we come up with personalized recipes. You just call me now for your free reading. It's $40 for 15 minutes. $100 to get you 30 minutes. So what we're gonna do is come up with a customized recipe for you to follow in your life. Because my word is bond. Now you do have to think fast, but be slow to keep up with some of this shit. You gotta be willing to take a risk. You gotta think quick, be quick on the feet, pivot, pivot, slow down. You might have to redirect, go down what's not the beaten path. Create your own path. That's why I say you gotta be able to think fast, but be slow. Slow down. Think fast, but slow down long enough to realize when you might have to create your own path. Now I don't have a lot of time. I don't mean to seem like a hustler when I'm talking to y'all. It's just that I only got about 45 minutes and I want to get through this. Plus the free trial that I'm using to stream this to y'all without having subscribers. I only get 20 hours for 1 month. I did not know that. Do y'all know we down to like our last 2 hours? So I can't even be running my mouth. I'll be having stories for y'all and all, but I want it to be relevant. I don't just want to buzz out and tell y'all a story. We could do something like that at the cafe because I'm funny. And then I want to tell y'all about my Facebook friends, my no good ass Facebook friends. They be acting like they are not spectacular or some shit. They will figure it out too late. That's all right though. It's all love. It's all love. God keeps his most valuable treasures and gems hidden. Do you know where diamonds are? You got to go over there to Sierra Leone. Diamonds are forever. They don't leave in the night. There's no fear that they might hurt me. So God has kept me hidden, but I shall emerge. I'm about to blow up. Y'all remember that episode of Martin? He just said I'm about to blow up. All right, so look, we're gonna do some digital fortune cookies real quick, just to, everybody's here. Some of us might really like the fortune cookies, so let's do some digital ones, and then we'll get into part two, which was part one we did yesterday. So it's 3 courses for this recipe. It's what we got here at the bakery. It's called the bakery because we got recipes for life. It's for nobody in particular, but somebody specific. You always want to, am I you always want to be your beautiful. You can make a statement without making a sound. You can, but you don't have to. Sometimes you gotta make some hooty hoo. You gotta make some noise and let them know that you in there and you got a role to play and you came to play your role, doing everything with intention. You know what I'm saying? And we talked about this. We cooked this up. We was talking about the romance, the recipe for romance yesterday. Um, being when you want to look a certain way or who you want to attract, you want to be attractive to whoever you're trying to attract, right? And that doesn't necessarily mean change yourself because we definitely want this person to love you for you. But be yourself. What was the recipe? But don't change. You don't change yourself. Be yourself. Okay, so that's another one of our good recipes here. Write that down. Write that down. We gotta focus on we emphasize relationships here in the bakery at Bamboo Plaza because strong communities are built on solid familial relationships, and that's a fact. That's a statistical fact. I read it in a book one day. So don't ask me no stupid ass questions. Now, let's do some digital fortune cookies real quick. Even though this is a recipe, we will work the kinks out. You know, this is our first month. This is the second season of the bakery at Bamboo Plaza. I got into the details of what else we got going on. Candy house, flower shop. We're gonna have the cafe. We're gonna have the karaoke and rainbow. We have the boutique, which is on Instagram. IG page is Touch Bamboo MF Fashions. The MF underscore fashions, matching family fashions. I'm gonna do a video. I'm gonna do a separate video for that on YouTube. It's gonna have the link and everything on there and the products. I thought of something cute for that too. I hope y'all like it. We're gonna do a little E40. Who want it? I can sell it. We're gonna do a little bit of that shit, but don't stay focused just because this is important right here. And bio bamboo the lab. You know what I'm saying? That's where we cook up recipes. That's what I was hitting on too. So you call me now for your free reading. We go over to Bio Bamboo the lab where we cook up customized recipes for you. You know, you want you a cake. We make different cakes here for different occasions. You need a cake for this new phase of life that you're going into, this new job. You need a new cake for it's some new people moving into your house. You need a new cake for your budget than lower than you it normally is. What recipe is it that you needed to navigate? You're gonna need the sauce to, and the drizzle to come out these different phases of your life unscathed. That's what you want to do. You don't want to get burnt. You don't want to stay in the oven too long. Okay. So what we're gonna do when you call me now for your free reading is we'll take what your ultimate goal is and what you think is success, what your objective is. You know, everybody has their own idea of success, their own definition of success. We're gonna mix it up with what your resources that you have available to you and the opportunities that you have. We're gonna smash it all together. See my words going right through here, right through, because my word is bond. We're gonna smash it all together with my word, right? And then we're gonna take a couple of more things. So we got to hurry up and get into this recipe because I can't be before you long. This is a brief broadcast. When you running hooch from Mississippi to New York, moonshine, you got to make capital connections. And so we're gonna take your goal, mix it up with your resources, it's bonded together with my word. We're gonna sprinkle in you. What do you think is holding you back? That's you holding yourself accountable. We can do this live. We can do this privately. You can keep that to yourself. You know, it's up to you if you want to do this, live in front of everybody. This can be a private thing, or this could be between, a private thing between me and you, or you don't necessarily have to share on what you think is holding you back. It would be best if you did to come up with the proper recipe, but at least there's something, about what you think is holding you back, just so that I can give you a good recipe that I can be proud of. And then also we're gonna sprinkle in. So what's holding you back? Sprinkle that in, and the five closest people to you, because you are the sum, you are a result, you are the product of the five closest people to you. You hang around 9 millionaires, and you'll be the 10th. That's what they say. That's what they say. And so that's what we move here. That's what we move it here over at the bakery. Another one of my favorite fortune cookies that I just came across was the early bird gets the worm, but the second mouse gets the cheese. That's my shit. That's my favorite shit right there right now. Because can y'all hear me? I hope y'all can hear it. I'm thinking I'm talking and got something going on. I hope it's heard. I hope it's being heard. But it's so interesting. You know, that's an aspect, that's the thing that people never consider. They never calculate that part in. Like, yeah, the second mouse got the cheese because the second mouse got the cheese because the cat caught the snatched that first mouse up. So it's not always about speed. It's about tactic. It's about what your plan is. It's about being organized. Another one that I like a lot that I came across recently is one well aimed arrow is worth more than three arrows. You know what I'm saying? So if the path is straight and narrow. Narrow rhymes with arrow. How interesting is that? And so your path is straight and narrow, you gonna get more done than if it ain't. It's up the rocket, straight and narrow. That's the only way to go, straight and narrow. That is a gospel, that is a Christian philosophy. The road that's wide and broad, it's a lot of room for you to make mistakes. The road is straight and narrow, and so that's I was in a gospel hip hop dance group. We performed all around Southern California, all around LA. So I'll be good. We used to be up there. Like, is this gospel or is this what's going on? We used to be putting it up for the Lord. I knock you out for the Lord. We used to be putting it up. Black History Parade, Martin Luther King Parade, all that. We was on the TV show in our city. You know how your city be having the channel. We was on the channel in our city. And so what was my point? What was my point? That was one of the songs. So I'm directed, straight and narrow. That's the only way to go. Straight and narrow. That's gospel. So stay focused. Okay, I wanted to make sure. I wanted to make sure that the audio was being picked up. My apologies. So let's do some digital fortune cookies real quick, and then we will get into the second part of the recipe. Now y'all write this down. Y'all write this down. This is important. I'm gonna explain it. You go back to the first video to get the full explanation on the first course. What the fuck is let it go? You go back to this. This is gonna be the second part. What the fuck is deal with it? Because when people, can y'all see me? Y'all know people be saying that, oh, let it go, deal with it. What you mean? Be specific, cause I'll do that. I don't got no problem doing that. That's actually what I want to do. You know, but like how? You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that. And let me go. I should have this stuff memorized by now. I really should, but I don't. And it's I don't need to. Hell. So let's do the digital fortune cookies. Digital fortune cookies. Okay, Capricorn. No. We still in Sagittarius season for what? A couple of more days. Oh, till tomorrow. So we're in Sagittarius season. We'll start with Sagittarius one more time tomorrow, and then after that, everything's gonna be starting with Capricorn. Okay, y'all ready? Sagittarius. The smart thing to do is to begin trusting your intuitions. Capricorn. Intelligence is the door to freedom, and alert attention is the mother of intelligence. Aquarius. Stop wishing, start doing. Pisces. The greatest precept is continual awareness. You need to keep your eyes open and stay on the pivot. Keep your foot on the pivot. Keep your foot on the pivot. Keep looking and shit. Aries. Adversity is the parent of virtue. Not everything that glitters is gold. Taurus. We cannot change the direction of the wind, but we can adjust ourselves. Okay. I can absolutely dig it. Gemini, your emotional nature is strong and sensitive. Cancer, those grapes you cannot taste are always sour. You thought it was greener on the other side? Leo, the most useless energy is trying to change what and who God so carefully created. Leo, y'all, you always trying to control some shit. Virgo, the ad's revenge is massive success. You feel me? So you put out your ad and the people don't agree with the way and what or how you insanely successful. That's the best revenge. You ain't even got the same money at that point. Who was that? Libra? Let's do Libra. You don't need talent to gain experience. Scorpio, patience is bitter, but its fruit is sweet. Okay, I like that. I like it a lot. All right. Hey, did everybody enjoy Hootie Hoo? Did I hit it with the Hootie Hoo? Let's see, this ain't the urban horoscope experience. That Hootie Hoo ain't even front line right here right now. All right, so let's do this. I made this sweater. Y'all like it? I made this. Mm. Now we did part one yesterday. Okay, so this is the bakery present the recipe for D.O.N.E, which is dodging the onset of negative emotions, brought to you courtesy of Bamboo Plaza. Okay. So it's three courses, and I'm going to tell you the ingredients for each course. Part one gave you the ingredients for let it go. What the heck is let it go? Basically, what you want to do is staying present. All right, don't let your mind wander. You are always exactly where you're supposed to be at any moment in time. So don't let your mind wander. You're supposed to be somewhere enjoying something or appreciating where you at or having you a good time or trying to get some information. You be done stuff replaying in your head. You forgot that you wanted to ask a certain question while you was there. You forgot to grab this or that while you was there because you got too many other things going on. Maybe you need to write you down a to-do list, or maybe you need to stay present in the moment that you're supposed to be enjoying. Go back to video one. So redirect your energy. A lot of people now this is distracting yourself. This is one thing. This is not you're not dealing with it when you distract yourself. How people say, "Oh, I start cleaning up a little bit when I get feel like this and feel like that. I clean up a lot, or I play my video game, or I do my hair, or which you can build things. You can create art. We got into that. Go back to the video one. And then what you want to do is step out of the haze. If you're not staying present in the moment that you're in, how you let stuff go in the moment, what you can do is let things go in the moment. You have to deal with it in the background. So these three courses, what the fuck is let it go? When people talk about let it go, staying present, redirecting your energy, and step out of the haze. You deal with it in the moment. You realize and understand no matter how you feel or what you've been through, you are always exactly where you're supposed to be at any moment in time. So you step out of the haze. What you may or may not realize is that something possibly triggered you to make your mind wander away from what you should be focusing on, where your body is and where your eyes are looking, and what you're hearing and what you're smelling, what you're seeing at that moment. Something that triggered you. Now you're in the haze and you're there, right? You're physically there, but you're not mentally there. You're in the haze. So what happened? Maybe something triggered you. Maybe you need to redirect your energy. But all that is staying present. So when they say what the fuck is let it go? Let it go means staying present. That's on the course, the second course. Yep, so that was the ingredients. The ingredients for let it go is three courses. Let it go. The ingredients for let it go is staying present, redirecting your energy, and step out of the haze. Okay. And so, see, all three of these courses together is the only way this recipe is gonna done. The recipe ain't gonna done if you don't cook all three of these courses. It ain't what it's supposed to be. It's not soul food unless you season it right. Everybody know that. So the second course, we went over this in more detail in part one. Let it go. We went over that in more detail in part one. The second course is this the I don't want to be doing a whole bunch of talking this shit and recording. Is this recorded? Okay. Right. So the second course is what the fuck is deal with it? What you want to do is people say deal with it, and they don't mean to be rude, but everybody, certain people that had the ability to deal with things because sometimes people don't say this and people are not aware of this and it's not intentional, but they don't put that shit off on somebody else. They talk to people that get theirs, they have their support system. They talk over solutions with their support system. They don't just sit there running things over and over again and hit. You got to find you somebody that you like talking to. That even if you don't tell them your personal business, you feel relaxed and free enough when you get from around them that your mind is clear for you to attack these things and come up with different solutions. Or you can maybe low key say some things in front of them. You don't want to specifically tell them that it's about yourself and get some ideas, right? You got to deal with stuff. You got to try something new. You don't want to be insane. You're going to do the same thing and expect different results. That's insanity. Are you insane? You are not, and that's what you don't want to be, and that's what you're not going to be. So, what is deal with it? Like, what do you mean deal with it? How do I know when I dealt with it? Is there some kind of measure? You officially dealt with it, and then you go get it stamped and notarized, and you get a plaque? Is there an authorized what you want to be? I came up with this. You want to be an authorized dealer. You got to be authorized to deal with your own shit. Even if you ain't got nobody to call, even if you ain't got nobody to turn around to depend on and to. You got to be an authorized, oh no, oh no, it's authorized dealer. Can y'all see that? You have to become an authorized dealer in order to deal with it. How do you deal with it? What the hell do people mean when they say that? So this is the ingredients for dealing with it. Now what you don't want to do is the main part of this, the main ingredient is you have to change your thought pattern. You have to intentionally stop thinking about that angry, traumatic thing, whatever that issue, that thing that triggers you, that depresses you, that you haven't accepted it. You got to stop thinking about that over and over again. You got to change your thought pattern because it's mind over matter. Wherever your mind is, that's where your heart is also. That's where your body is going to be. It's even you look in a direction that you walk in the direction that you're looking in. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't walk like that. Your head, your body is built, and your body and your head is facing the same way. Your eyes and your head is facing the same way. Not all creatures are like that. Some creatures have eyes whose some creatures they can only see the ground when they, you know what I'm saying? So where you looking at, that's where you gonna end up. So you got to change what your mind is seeing. Even if you can't physically change what your mind is seeing, you have to accept a different understanding of what you see. You got to accept a different perception of what you see. Like you'll see somebody riding the train, there's one person looking out the window, that faces the sunset. The other person is looking out the window, that faces a brick wall. He can turn his head and look the other way. He can get up and walk across the aisle and sit next to the closest window and feel the warmth of the sun. Like plants grow toward the sun. It's a lot of trees like this in Pasadena. You will literally see a big ass tree that it was another tree in front of it, but this tree wanted to plants grow toward the sun. So the tree will literally grow around the other tree so that it can get some sun. You got to grow around your own motherfucking self. Growth is uncomfortable. Like when your pants get too small, you going out of your pants and they getting uncomfortable. That's what it is. And so you need to change your thought pattern. Stop letting them bad thoughts replay in your head over and over again. Make it a habit. You noticing when you thinking about that. Oh, God, I know I ain't thinking about that bullshit again. Let me turn on something funny. Let me think about something good that happened yesterday. Let me focus on the solution. Let me think about what I can do to change this in the future. You know what I'm saying? What seeds can I plant that for long-term success? What can I do right now? And this is not distracting yourself. Like staying present is kind of like you need to kind of shake yourself up to get back in the moment that you're in. But that's letting it go. But dealing with it, how you deal with it, you need to change your thought pattern. You need to change your thought behavior, the way you think about stuff. Letting it play in your head over and over again. Y'all get it? Y'all got it. So this is not distracting yourself. You know what I'm saying? This is intentionally deciding that I have accepted this enough, that this is not something that I need to keep. I'm not gonna find the answer by thinking about it over and over again. Not naturally, not organically. You might force yourself to accept a conclusion, but if it, when it's gonna come to you when it's supposed to, because the universe balances things out. God speaks and the ancestors guide us, but the universe balances things out. So if when it's meant to come to you, it will. And especially if you need to get that understanding in order to transform into the person that you need to be, the universe will definitely make sure that it comes to you. But if you're intentional about clearing out all those bad thoughts, letting those bad thoughts play over and over again in your head is not going to give you the understanding that you want. It's muddy. You got to clear those bad thoughts out of your head in order to clear up the waters for that to come to you. The energy and the water and whatever is around you need to be cleared up by getting those bad negative thoughts out. So yeah, stop looking for answers. What you can do instead of looking for answers, and we talked about this a little bit, and let it go. Your triggers, you know, like dang, I got triggered. Let me let it go in this moment. But you need to look for and observe what could possibly be your triggers, and work on making sure that don't happen. Maybe we can talk something. Triggers should seem like it should be its own recipe or something. But basically a trigger is some kind of thought that came to you, a song took you out of this present moment, and now you having negative thoughts playing over and over again in your head. You're getting sad, you're getting depressed, you overthinking, overstimulated, anxious, all those things. Um, you want to recognize what happened that triggered that. What is it that somebody said? What part of the conversation took me out into a zone? What song did I hear? What smell did I? What sound did I hear? What song did I? What's something that I see that triggered me? Um, so stop replaying it. You got to accept the shit. You got to accept it for what it is. You got to stop letting it replay in your head. That's the main ingredient for what the fuck is deal with it, and how you become an authorized dealer. How you become an authorized dealer. Okay, you need to become an authorized dealer. Have authorized to deal with all your shit. Nothing is too much for you. You don't need a phone call. You don't need nobody to check up on you. You don't need nobody to show up for you. You don't need nobody to be there for you. But at the end of the day, all you're doing is leaning on somebody else, putting that weight and that pressure and on them. People put up boundaries these days. Don't call me with all that shit. Some people like shit. You call them with all kind of mess. You need to become an authorized dealer and dealing with your own shit. Okay. Now, by changing your thought pattern, that's going to be the ingredients for that. Accepting stuff by stopping looking for answers, and then look for and observe your triggers. Okay, it's another part to this. Let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and add it because we do have time. And so now let's get into this. I haven't really worked out all the ingredients for this yet. So we might do a part three. I really want to get the part three out like within the next couple of days. I don't want these parts to be all spread out. So you want to get this out. But you gotta understand that the person that you've been being, you anxious and depressed and mad about stuff, because that really ain't the person that you want to be. And you might not be around people that's understanding and enabling you to grow. That's why we talk about the five closest people to you. You are a product of the five closest people to you. And so what you're gonna want to do is transform. Now, how you do that is I want to see what you're gonna want to do is like I said, you're gonna be somebody right now. The if you want to dodge the onset of negative emotions, this is part of the recipe. What you're gonna want to do is you got to be somebody who doesn't accept that those negative emotions to come into you. Got to be somebody who doesn't want that. Nothing in your life is equipped for you to be dealing with negative emotions. You got to set your life up to where you ain't got time to worry about no negative emotions. You have to get up and go do something. Hell, you got other things to work. You too focused on the solutions. You too focused on presenting yourself the way that you want to present yourself in order. We're gonna get back into that transformation part because it was something that I thought of and it might take hopefully it won't take me too long to come up with the proper recipe for that. But what I do have one more part, traits. Okay, so this is the traits that's gonna help you in dealing with it. These are a couple of more ingredients, small ingredients that can go along with the deal with it portion. Let me see if I could turn the camera with the deal with the course, some more ingredients for the deal with the course. Let me see, do I need to turn it or would y'all be able to see it if I don't turn it? Let me see. Hold on. Okay, that'll work. I think that'll work. That'll work, I think. All right, that's both these. That's both. Okay, so look, it was a visual. I'm still working out the kinks for this, but let me do this part. So traits. So for traits, we wanted to say what you're gonna need to in order to deal with it. For you to become an official authorized dealer of your own bullshit that goes on in your life, what you got to do is understand that everything is 10% the action and 90% your reaction. Now, some people might say you have to respond and not react. All that is semantics. The point is, don't be sporadic in when you make decisions. Be calm and make sure that this is conducive to what you want to achieve. You make sure that it adds to and that it adds progress to what you where you really trying to go. That's what conducive means. Added progress to some shit. Okay. Um, so the traits that you're gonna need in order to be an official authorized dealer of dodging the onset of negative emotion. You dealing done. You dealing done to the people. Go everywhere you know. Tell everybody you know you're an authorized dealer of done because I just taught you the recipe. You're an authorized dealer of dodging the onset of negative emotions. It's been brought to you by the bakery, courtesy of Bamboo Plaza. Now, these are the three most important traits that you're going to need. You got the courses, rewind it. In order for you to become an authorized dealer, these are the traits that you're going to want to tell the people about. Traits. You're going to need determination. Okay, that's going to be one. Determination. You're gonna need determination because you got to be determined and you got to be intentional about this stuff when you tired of going through this. Some people spend years depressed about my family, I lost my business, some people spend years I'm never gonna be able to be an NBA. I can't sing that I want to sing, and I got a song in my heart. Some people spend years depressed about this stuff. It's a little bit deeper for some people. You might have some physical setback, um, some kind of mental setback that won't allow for you to participate in certain things on a certain level. It might still be available on a smaller scale. Look that up. Um, You gonna have to be determined when you want to be an authorized dealer of your own bullshit. You want to be able to do your own bullshit. You gonna need some determination. Cause I do a lot of stupid. All I do is I done so much stupid shit. You know how determined I got to be to get through all the bad life choices that I done made. Stick around. You'll find out. That might be something you'll never find out. But the things I don't even want you to know. No, I'm not ashamed. Some of the shit I do wish maybe only me knew that. But it made me who I am. Now, what you're gonna need is also what's gonna help with that determination. It's called a case of the. Let me write it down. It's called case of. Nah, you're gonna need a case of fuckets. Have you heard of a case of the fuckets? You're gonna need a whole big case of. You need a whole big case of fuckets. Some people got zero fucks to give. Now, when you really master this shit, you're not even gonna be. What you're gonna have is zero fucks to give. At this level, though, what you're gonna might need to employ is a case of the fuckets. Once you have zero fucks to give, you ain't even got to be determined to get it. You over it. You have dealt with it. But once you still good now, once you got your case of fuckets, you gotta learn to be like fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that shit went down, and I know it's some. Ooh, I'm sad, it's bad, but I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna go get my life turned on in my mama name, and then I'm gonna what? That's the keys of comedy. What D.O.N.E said? I'm gonna drive past the police and try not to get shot 4 times. And shit, sometimes you just gotta take shit for what it is. Every black person you know, if you don't know where to get a case of fuckets from, ask your black friend, where can you get a case of the fuckets? Ask them, because we born into this planet on this earth having to not be, having to not give a fuck, having to get up and decide what it's gonna be, regardless of what anybody say and what's going on around us. People be against us. I was looking for it. We'll get into that another time because it's real fresh and raw right now. But once it's solidified, we'll get into it. But who looked out for a player when I was out here trying to do my thing, when I didn't want to go a certain route, when I was avoiding going a certain route, I'm about to end up there because they were taking too long with what I was trying to accomplish. You gonna need a case of fuckets if you want to dodge the onset of negative emotions. Okay. Now this last part, last trait, the last trait that we gonna get into. This is one of the ingredients for the last course. Oh no, this is the last. I'm still working on that part. You know, I'm still working on that part. Um, you need the transformation. Transformation yourself into somebody you can be proud of, into somebody that you want to be, um, and all that. You know, I'm gonna get more into that. Let me see if I can come up with something for that tonight. But that'll be something else. But yeah, it's important that you transform into a new person. I'm a person who responds to things differently. You know what I'm saying? Because like we said, it's 10% action, 90% reaction. You know, a person who has balance. What I realize is that, I need to balance myself out in the morning because I wake up in the morning, I already be automatically fussing and shit. Like, this is some bullshit. I can't believe I got to go through this shit every day. But lately, I be trying to wake up singing because my situation right now is a little jacked. So I be waking up fussing and shit. But normally I do wake up, opening up the curtains in the morning, singing and shit. Oh, I'll be getting down. If we was neighbors, you'd be very happy to have a neighbor like me because I'll be singing real loud and sounding real good. So this was our first recipe that we had the visual for. I'm excited. I feel like we cooked the shit up like superbly, like savory, flavory excellence, sauce drizzle. What more could we ask for? I don't think you get much better than this. Now what we got? This is the bakery. And it was our recipe for D.O.N.E, dodging the onset of negative emotions. Brought to you courtesy of Bamboo Plaza. Now you write this down. Replay this video so that you can get into, you know, the ingredients. Because this is just one ingredient. This is just, we didn't write it all down on the board, but I feel like the visual was important. It's another part to the visual that I wanted to do. Might not get into that right now because I'm still working it out anyway. So when by the time we come back with this third course with the ingredients for this third course, we'll have the second part of the visual ready. But thank y'all so much for. I'm glad y'all was here. I'm glad you enjoyed your urban horoscope experience here at the bakery. This is our recipe. We have recipes for life here at the bakery. That's what we do. And until again we meet, keep it sweet. We'll be back later. Now this free trial is I didn't know I only get 20 hours for the month, but I'll be able to pay next month. You want to contribute to what we got going on over here at the bakery? We can grow. You yeast. You yeast this thing. What I need you to do, you go over there to the Cash App, send me some money for some yeast. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some yeast on everything in this bakery and it's gonna rise. Again, I rise. Just like my Angelo. All right? Until again we meet, keep it sweet.